Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from AnthonyMorganti.com, and this is episode 186 of Photo Critiques. And in this episode, I'm pleased to critique the work of Olivier Joostens. I hope I pronounced that right. Olivier sent me in some very nice shots. This first one here, very nice shot. Couple things. You can see how it's kind of got this bow in it a little bit, so it's got some barrel distortion in the shot. So we just have to do some lens corrections in it. And you go down here to lens corrections, and all you got to do is click this box. And I want you to watch right in here when I do it. I'm going to click it now, and you can see how it straightened that right out. So it got rid of that barrel distortion. Two other things. You can see how it's falling away. This typically happens when you're photographing buildings. This part is further away from the front of your lens than this part, so this part gets exaggerated when you're using an 18mm lens, that it looks like it's falling backwards. So we could correct for that too. And also the second thing is we have this bleeding into the shot, and we actually probably could kill two birds with one stone. So you just go over here to manual and you want to correct for the vertical, but I'm going to constrain the crop, and we're going to go right here to this. We're just going to bend it like that, just so that disappears, and you can see it straighten that out more too. So that's before, after, and that gives you an idea what I'm talking about there. So that's straighten that out. So just remember to do your lens corrections, you know, on your images, and it will help correct for any lens distortion that was introduced when you took the shot. It's a really nice shot. I like this a lot. I like the composition, and I like everything about it, really. It's very nice. This little tree here is just starting to get in front of this building, so you kind of just maybe wanted to eke over to your right just a little bit, so we have a separation of these two subject matters that are in the shot, because this would be kind of a midground subject and that's a background subject, so we don't typically want those to overlap. So try maybe just to move to your right just a little bit and get a little separation there. It's a really nice shot. Very well done. I like the processing. It's got a lot of the color sucked out of it, so it's but it's still colorful enough, and it's a really nice shot. Very well done. There's a nice shot, existing light, you know, photo of this young lady. Very well done. You know, focus is perfect. Focus on her eye, real nice. Really well, you know, composed. Very well done. This too, really well done. This kind of like a street photography shot just about, and you know, it's interesting. She's holding a camera, so it's a really interesting shot. This is nice. The light was harsh, so we got some harsh shadows in here, as you could see, but it's an interesting shot, kind of almost like a photojournalistic type shot, so it's very well done. This too, kind of overcast now, but you know, the two older women walking towards the camera, and we have the leading lines, which isn't right in the middle, which is nice. It's off to the side, helps lead you through the shot, and it's really well done. This shot here, I don't care for this one. This one, as you could see here, a couple things. First of all, the composition itself. It's kind of a busy composition. We have a building back behind these trees. We can't see all the building. There's some people in the shot, which is okay. We have this tree here, which adds some partial framing. So, but it's really kind of busy. Nothing's really standing out. And it looks like Olivier tried to make something stand out. He blurred all around this tree. So you can see how this tree isn't blurred. And actually anything that's right behind the tree is not blurred. But everything around it is blurred, as you can see right here. So it's trying, you know, using blur to try to make this stand out, but it's really difficult to do. So this is one of those scenes that sometimes you just can't capture, and there's not much you could do in post to make it any better. So you just keep walking and look for something better, like this guy did over here. He's shooting something better this way, it looks like, but who knows. It's a really cool shot. I like this a lot. You know, it's very a striking, you know, sculpture, I guess you'd call it, and I really like the effect you shot. Looks like through a chain link fence, and it gave that kind of blur in front of it, and it's a really cool shot. Very well done. This shot, you know, it's you know, I like the composition. You have these lines coming to a point here, which towards the middle, it does help funnel you into the middle of the scene. The processing itself is it's kind of very contrasty. You might want to consider just I'd say open up shadows. I was going to say bring down contrast, but if you had the raw file, if I had the raw file here, I would bring down contrast a little bit. But in this case, I could probably do the same thing by just opening up the shadows a little bit. And just opening them up a little bit, it introduced a lot more detail in here and a lot more color in these stones. So there's before, there's after, before, after, and a little more detail in the background. But I think I could have actually did a much better job if I had the raw file. But that's it. It was just a slight adjustment. It's a cool shot, you know, study on color. Very well done. That's, you know, whenever you see opportunities like this, always take shots. Work the scene, get some different ideas. Like Olivier did, kind of had this diagonal line working here of these columns going off diagonally through the shot, and we have the line of this painted line down here going diagonally, this line here. It's really well done. It's a really nice shot. You know, very great, you know, very nice focus on the eyes, very well done. It's a nice shot. You're shooting down on it, down on the animal. Typically, if you can, try to get lower and try to shoot on the level of the animal. That generally gives a more pleasing result, although this is a very nice shot. This shot is another one of those scenes that's very difficult to photograph because it's so busy. Whenever you have branches like this coming off, you know, it's very difficult to you know, get a nice shot. The fruit, you know, is interesting, so that adds to the shot. And the background isn't distracting, so it's not taking away from the shot, but it's still a very difficult scene to shoot. This shot here, I think it might have been better. Now, I don't know what was over here and what was over here, but I think it would have been better served to be shot in landscape mode. Shoot it horizontally, because this part of the sky, there's nothing there. So you have roughly a quarter to a third of the image that really doesn't have anything interesting in it. And the clouds are very interesting here, and I think if you shot horizontally and preserved these clouds and got more of what's over here, at least of this this pier or walkway, if you had more of this over here, more of this leading line help leading you through the shot, because you could start, you know, a viewer could start looking like this and lead their way through the shot and then lead their way this way. So that's what I would think on this one. Shoot it horizontally, cut out some of this sky up here that's not adding anything to the shot, and then don't hesitate to have a person or a dog or somebody riding a bike or something walking along this walkway. It's a good idea. I love what you did here. What spoils it is this pole right here and this tree right here. But I think it would have been a tremendous shot if those two elements weren't in it. Just having the sun behind here and having it so dark that we just see the light fall off real dramatically, and we just get some slight undulations down here in the midground. So if you ever could recreate a shot like this, try to get a lone tree and do the exact same thing with the exact same processing without anything else in the frame, and I think it would have been a really great shot. It's the last one, I think. Yep. Olivier, thank you very much for sharing your work with us. I really enjoyed critiquing it. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'd like to thank everyone that subscribes to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it, that watches all my videos. Thank you very much. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.